Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Blur. Why? If I'm being honest, I'm not sure. It's, this is on my GPD Win 2, if you couldn't tell by the fact that this is a 720p video. And when I first got my GPD Win 2, the first thing I thought was, what's a bunch of games I can put on this thing that I haven't played yet that I need to get around to now that I've got like a little portable device? And let's just skip previously on Blur. But yeah, the first thing that actually came to mind was Blur for some reason. Like, I haven't actually played this game at all before this point, so I'm really not sure why it was the first thing to come to mind. But I decided to put it on and play it, and I enjoyed it, so I figured I should probably, you know, do a video on it while I've got the chance. So, the game does have online multiplayer, but it's gone now, so, you know, that's unfortunate. You can change difficulty here. I've been playing on medium. I was playing on easy, but it was absolutely a cakewalk, so I put it up to hard, and then they cakewalked all over my ass, so I put it back to medium. I am playing this on the GPD Win 2, but thankfully this game is designed for controllers, so no Soldier of Fortune for you here. I did have the graphics quality on 3, and it worked. Like, it absolutely works just fine on the GPD Win 2, which is literally just a M3 7Y30 and a Intel HD Graphics 615, but there were some frame drops here or there. I'm gonna actually just like turn it back on there just for the hell of it. There are stickers which are basically just achievements, so there's really no point in showing them off too much. We can come here to have a look at all the different cars we have. There are different classes, which basically just means different speeds, and you unlock more cars the higher your fan status gets, and we'll get into fan status very shortly because we're about to go into the career. But you can also enter an unlock code. There are friend challenges, but again, the online stuff for this game was gone years ago. Same with the leaderboards, so we'll just head, not showroom, sorry, career. So the way this game works is that every event will give you lights, and lights will unlock the next sets of events, which is cool because it gives you a lot of progress and stuff to do, right? So it gives you a lot of different events to do and a lot of different places to do them. So if we pick someone that I've already finished, for example, you can see that every race has 7 different lights. 5 for coming first, 4 for coming second, 3rd for coming last, not last, 3rd, and a couple of other things depending on what event you're playing. And you've also got fan targets and fan runs, and we'll get into what those are once we actually get into the game. Once you've done all of the person's specific goals, you can see on the right there, barge 1 car into the water, barge 5 cars, get 6 lights in event 6, yada yada yada. Once you've done all that, you unlock a one-on-one. And the one-on-one, if you win, will get you their car and also their mod. And the mods are things like gives you an extra rocket, makes it so that you can bash people with your shield, stuff like that, right? Nothing too out of the ordinary. So let's actually go and play a race, shall we? We can start with a race because it's nice and simple, and we can pick what car we want. We can get a very grippy car, we can use a very drifty car, we can do an off-roader. Is this an off-road level? Los Angeles downtown? Probably not. So let's go with the Viper ACR. We can also change our mod and our car color if we want to. I need to remember what the button is. It's RB, so yeah. Gain a nitro power up for every 500 fans, gain an extra bolt, or make your shield better. I'm going to go with the extra bolts. So let's do this. Game's loading times aren't bad, but then again, I am running this on an SSD, so it shouldn't be too bad. And the optimization, as I said before, is pretty good. There are a couple of places here and there, like when there's a lot of cars on screen, or on specific parts of certain tracks where the game will fall over a bit. But other than that, it's absolutely fine performance-wise on a GPD Win 2, so let's fucking hit it, shall we? So this is Blur. The controls are very simple. RB accelerates, LB brakes, and A is to use your power-ups. RT and LT, not RB and LB, sorry, that would be dumb. But the general thing is that you can also carry 3 power-ups at any one time. I have missed all of them so far, which is not great. I do kind of need to actually get one to stand a chance in the fight. Alright, I've got one now. So, to use a power-up, you just press the A button. This is a shunt. and shunts go out in all directions. So I want to get when I've got like 3 cars in front of me. And I just got a fan goal. Unfortunately, I kind of fucked it up. So how the fan goals work is that when you run into them, they'll give you a specific goal. Like, for example, I needed to hit it wasn't a shunt, it was a barge. But yeah, when you get a fan goal, it'll ask you to do something. And if you manage to pull it off, you will get extra fans for it. And you get fans via doing certain things in-game. Whether it be successfully repairing your car, hitting enemies, doing specific skill drifts, and of course doing those fan things. There are also these little gates up here called fan runs. If you manage to get in between every gate, when you get to the last gate, you will get a fan bonus. However, the thing is, you need to get to specific fan targets and, you know, just get through all the gates in a run, which I absolutely screwed up there because I got wrecked, because cars have health in this game, and if you take too much damage, that's it. You get knocked out and you get thrown back a bit. But, as I was saying, if you are... yeah. If you get hit too much, you die, and you need a bloody repair, which sucks. But yeah, if you don't get the requisite amount of, like say in races, for example, you need to come third, otherwise things like fan runs and fan targets don't count. So you do need to do it all basically in one shot if you want literally every light there is, which can kind of suck if I'm being perfectly honest, because even on medium, the AI in this game is brutal. It will wreck your shit if you let it. It is really bad. So you need to be on point all the time, otherwise you will get your shit shot up. Which is really unfortunate because it looks like I'm going to lose this one. I need to get to at least third, and I'm not even close, which is really going to be bad for me if I can't get some massive speed in. Of course, picking things like oh, long bolt hit, really? I can't even see the dudes in, oh shit. Right, yeah. Thank God you can actually fire things like bloody bolts backwards to deflect homing missiles, because goddamn, if you couldn't do that, I would be in trouble. Yay, there's the finish line! We came second, which I'll accept. Yeah, I didn't get anywhere near the fans I needed to actually get that light there. And you will need to replay things in order to do better, because you unlock more cars the more fans you get. I got 900 fans, and I need 5,000 to get to the next level, which means I probably won't be able to do that in this video. But, yeah, you can see what's going on with that. You need to get as many fans as you can possibly get. And let's go with a very grippy car this time, because cars in this game do actually handle very differently. If a car says that it's drifty, you need to be drifting with it a lot. If a car says that it's very grippy, don't drift. Let go of the accelerator when you're going around corners, because, well, despite the fact that every car in this game is a, you know, they have different kinds, like, you know, very grippy, drifty, yada 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 yada. They've all got one particular trait going for all of them, and that is that every car in this game is heavy as shit. Seriously. It feels, considering all the bloody power-ups and shit you get in this game, all the cars are really, really heavy, and have this annoying tendency to, bloody just be all over the place. I can't hit a shot to save my damn life. There we go. Yeah, if you can't tell, the goal in destruction mode is it's basically just a shooting gallery. Hit as many cars as you can. Whenever you knock a car out, you get extra time. So that's basically just the entire point of it. And you got to try and kill as many of these things as possible before the time runs out. And they will actually try and do shit like throw bolts back at you. So you do need to be careful of that crap. It is entirely possible to get your shit kicked in because you weren't paying attention. Also, I'm off-road, and it's going to put me back on track. As I said before, the steering in this game is actually quite heavy across every single car, and this might actually come back and bite you in the ass eventually. There are definitely cars and stages that don't go well together at all, and you might eventually end up just being completely turned around by this, which can suck for those of you who aren't very good at driving games, because despite it seems to be this absolutely weird mix of, like, Mario Kart style driving and, whatchamacallit, realistic style driving. I completely screwed up that fan run there too, but thankfully I got 80 points, which will get me a silver for that one. Again, could have done a hell of a lot better on that one, but honestly, I need to wait until I get the better cars, because, as I said before, unless you've got the better cars in a certain set of events, you're really not going to do too well. Because some cars, it feels like you can go into an event, even ones that aren't relying on difficulty at all, like checkpoints, and it feels like you aren't going to be able to do shit with them unless you upgrade to a better statted car. It just seems like sometimes if you go into like a checkpoint event, for example, with the slowest car on the route, you're not going to be able to get gold. It's just not going to happen. And that is a little bit of a problem with this game, but I guess that's meant to encourage playing through events again, replayability. But I can understand why people would be kind of averse to that. So, checkpoint is pretty simple. You've got a clock. You need to beat it. You need to get as much speed going on as possible, more or less. There are stopwatches that you can pick up, which will add a couple of extra seconds to the clock. And every time you go through a checkpoint, they'll add more seconds to the clock. And I fucked that up again, because seriously, the driving in this game is not as easy as you might think. Thankfully, they give you a lot of boosts to make up for the fact that you're a terrible driver. As I was saying before, the driving is very heavy, and yeah, if you don't have a particularly well-spec'd car, or you just don't have a particular car that you like, or are like particularly capable of using in any general way, you are not going to be doing very well on your first time through. And I can imagine that frustrating people, because if I'm being perfectly honest, it frustrates me. Not having the car that you need in order to actually successfully get through an area can be really, really frustrating to some people, and I am definitely one of them. These fan gates are also dicks, by the way, because they're, the collision masks for them are, like, really, really, specific. Yep, I've screwed that up, and I'm not going to get any sort of time on this, because this car is slipping out from under me like a son of a bitch. Because of course it is. So yeah, I got the fan run, but it doesn't count because I didn't successfully finish the event. Thankfully, at least, you get the fans on the events that you fail, so it's probably a better idea to, just let them all, to do all of them, you know? Let's go and play, we'll do another race. C-Class. What's the fastest car I've got? It's probably that one, but that one was sliding out from under me like nobody's business. We'll go with the initial car. Why not? A little bit of a frame rate hitch there. The frame rate counter on this game on Steam actually acts up a bit. I'm not entirely sure why. It is a little odd. It makes it so that, get out of the way. It shows the game running at 35 FPS, which is a little bizarre. And there was the gate there. I missed that completely. Thankfully, if you do more than one lap, you have another opportunity to come back around and get it. But of course, you know, considering that you have to do that while also maintaining the lead in the middle of this fucking chaos, it's not a great situation, I must say. And I'm almost dead already because, yeah, as I said, the AI in this game, ruthless! Absolutely ruthless. Alright, well thankfully I got a repair thing there. The pickup selection is pretty good. You've got bolts, which are basically just like green shells. You have this thing, which is basically a red shell. You have mines, which you can throw out in front of you, so they basically serve like a green shell, but you can put them behind you if you like. You've got repair, of course, which lets you keep your car in tip-top shape. You have boosts, shields, and repairs. which I already said repairs. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. It doesn't, there isn't much in the way of particularly interesting, like, pickups or abilities, but they do the job. Yes! Long ball hit with a wrecking shot. That gets you a lot of fans. Alright, let's try this fan run again, and I have to remember that... Yay! I actually remembered. Oh, no, 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 no. Get in there, get in there. Good. You can see why it's kind of frustrating to get it all in one shot, because you need to focus on getting into the gates while basically having to, like, either avoid or give up on power-ups, because there just doesn't seem to be much you can do without them. Especially when they can steal them out from under you like that. You can... They do respawn real quick. Like, it isn't exactly... what's the word I'm looking for? It isn't exactly, bloody tight-lipped with power-ups, but... Oh, come on, that wasn't a good nitro jump, are you serious? Play that out in front of me. Try not to get the shit kicked out of me in the process. Yeah, I actually got him, but unfortunately someone put that right in front of me. You just go away. No, 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 I need to get into third, I need to get into third. Are you joking? Really? Are you seriously fucking with me right now? That is fucking retarded. Oh, and I almost had the bloody fan goal too. God, screw that, man. There was nothing I could have done. That's just stupid. Alright, let's do a destruction event. I have most of the D-class cars, so I should be able to pick one that's at least half decent. So yeah, it's bloody hard. Like, there is no denying it. This game is really difficult. I tried playing Metropolis Street Racer a while back, which is basically by these guys, and I couldn't get past the first 3 events because it requires you to earn a certain amount of points, which I could just not do. And it appears that difficulty is carried over. I can't help but wonder just how hard bloody Project Gotham Racing. I'm not even mocking people with speech deficiencies here. That's mine coming up in full view of the camera. But yeah, yeah, it's hard. It is really hard. Like there is, I mean, you can put it down to easy and get a bit of a break going on, but at the same time, it just makes it so much more difficult. Maybe they intend you to like play it on easy, come back when you've got the better cars. I mean, that's entirely possible. I'm not going to claim to know that for sure, but it might well be a thing, and I completely missed that one. See what I mean by having to focus on either doing what you came there to do in the first place, or doing things like getting fans? Because the two sometimes really don't overlap. I got the hit. I'm not going to say I don't enjoy it, but that difficulty, the general chasm in difficulty between easy and medium is a bit of a bitch, I must say. Although I really shouldn't be complaining if I'm missing this many goddamn shots. What happened to me? I used to be good at this. Back when I was playing this like 2 days ago, I was good at this. Why on earth am I not any better at this? God damn it. Well, at least I got silver. Although, I've still got like 10 seconds, but if I can't actually get the cars in my line of sight, I can't fucking shoot them. That was bloody dumb, though, was how easy they were able to stay out of my damn sight. Ah, Christ. I said it was hard, and I wasn't kidding. 79 fan... Are you real? Alright, yeah. I think I know when to quit, and that is when to quit. So that was a look at least the single player of Blur. The multiplayer, as I said, is gone for good, so there's really no point in picking that up. But although I've heard this game does have LAN support, so LAN parties would probably appreciate it. It's a good game, although despite it being like an anachronistic mix of kart racing and real world racing, it's still a lot of fun. And it's really quick. The power-ups and just the general kart combat is a lot of fun. I do like it, it's just the difficulty will come and slap your ass a little bit, so just be ready for that. And, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've got. So this has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.